mop head flowers, these hydrangeas, and they're called vanilla strawberry, and they're absolutely, just as their name implies, beautiful pinkish red with a touch of vanilla in there, and you're going to plant these and this summer enjoy flowers. Now, for how many years total, Philip, have you been on QVC?
This is my 25th year.
Your 25th year,
Yes.
but this is the first year you've brought in your own line of live plants. Is that correct?
Indeed, Phillip Watson Designs, and I thought I finally got old enough. Hang around long enough and it'll happen. But this is my favorite of all flowering shrubs.
Now, when you buy this and it becomes mature, it turns into this?
Look, this is what I'm shipping.
And that turns into this.
It will get almost that large the very first year.
Oh my gracious.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And you'd asked me earlier, are these drought tolerant?
Yeah.
And I have to say a resounding yes.
So if you're someone like myself who is probably not the best gardener in the whole world, thank you, and I sometimes neglect the flowers or don't remember to water them as often, these are a little more forgiving.
Well, they're great because a lot of people online have said, I bought these because you said they would be easy. And I call it the daylily of flowering shrubs because they're that kind of easy and they bloom all summer long. And as the images showed, they start off the beautiful white and then they go to the pink and then they go to the deep burgundy. But of all the flowers I grow, I showed you earlier the dried ones. I dry these, but this is the way they look in the garden, and the plants get 6 to 7 feet tall.
So they start as this vanilla color.
Yes.
So when they start blooming, they turn this gorgeous off-white.
Yes.
And then that starts blushing a bit.
Wow. Yes.
And turns into strawberries.
Yes.
Then a little both, so you got some vanilla strawberry happening. And then I'm guessing later in the summer they go more burgundy?
Yes, it'll get a little cranberry look to it.
As we get late in summer.
Correct, and you can dry them at any time, and you see the stems there on the image right there. These are woody stems. The regular blue and pink hydrangeas have those sort of stems that bend over. These are really woody, so they're great for drying, great for growing in arrangements.
How big? Okay, here's Carolyn holding one.
That's in my garden.
Oh my gracious, they're enormous. They're big as her head.
They are enormous, but when you dry them, the blooms will last 3 or 4 years. I've got some on the set that I dried 4 years ago. These are 4 years old.
Now, will they get as big as the container you put them in?
Oh, they need to go in the ground. You could put them in a whiskey barrel container.
Well, I'm looking at a container like this. Can you plant them in a container like this?
You can plant them in a container like that, and they can stay in there for about 3 years. And then you want to put them out so they can really get nice and big.
And get big.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of volume. But you'll have all colors, the white, because they're blooming all the time. And also, they bloom on the new wood, which means no matter how bad the winter is. You know how the pink ones sometimes and the blue ones don't want to bloom because of the bad winter?
Sure.
Well, these bloom on new wood, so even if they get damaged, it doesn't matter. They take to minus 30.
So they'll drop their flowers.
Yes.
And probably most of their leaves, is that right?
That's correct.
And then you'll just have the sticks.
Well, you can cut the sticks.
Can you cut it all the way down to the ground?
Well, until you got like little nubs about 6 inches tall, and then it sends out.
This is why you're here, Philip. 25 years teaching us, right?
And it sends out all new foliage, new blooms, and it will bloom every single year. You know, the other ones, the mop heads that you and I grew up with in the South, they're kind of finicky, and they're not drought tolerant, but these are absolutely tough as nails. They do need a frost to set bud. So about northern Florida, north, they work. But if you don't get a frost, they're not for you. But most areas of the country, perfect. Even in Aspen.
And I was thinking, you put these around your deck, your patio area. If you're lucky enough to have a pool, how lovely these would be.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, just gorgeous. I tell you what, 200 of these are now gone. This price, I believe, goes away end of day today. These are brand spanking new. They're called vanilla strawberry hydrangeas. They begin in that off-white vanilla. So just think ice cream when they first bloom.
I do think that.
And then ice cream gives way to a little blush, and then you've got a little mixture of both strawberries and vanilla. But then when the days begin to get a bit shorter and the sun hangs lower in the sky and we can tell summer's winding down, they get almost burgundy.
It's just a beautiful look, and I use these all the time in the garden. In fact, I have 30 of these shrubs on my back property. You know where the pine trees will be in the back?
Sure.
I planted in front of the pine trees so it's not boring looking.
Oh,
and
these
they're
are
just
stunning.
tough as nails. And if you're a terrible gardener, this is the perfect shrub for you.
Might be able to sign me up.
First edition hydrangeas.
You know, I'm not such a bad gardener as much as I am someone that travels and I'm not always around to water the plants, and it's hard to remember to get someone on a schedule to water them for me.
Right.
So I need a plant that's going to hang in there and fight for me.
And this will do it, because I'm sending you a big first edition out immediately. So you'll get this when it's time to plant, and it'll get almost as big as what I'm showing in the foreground this very first season. People have bought multiples of these. It's the favorite on my Facebook page and my favorite.
Oh, it's just lovely. Now, you've got some fertilizer you recommend?
Yes, and this is time release, which I love, and it's got a secret ingredient called crystal green,
Okay.
which means it releases, as it's needed. And you take a tablespoon. By the way, this is what it looks like.
Yeah. You take a tablespoon and you put it into the soil?
Around this, yes, around your new plant, once a year.
Once a year.
Yes,
1 tablespoon once a
one
year.
time, no mixing, no mess.
And water activates it
Water activates
when
it.
you're watering normally.
Good to go, and this will take care of 60 pots too.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm crazy about this. Everybody's loved this, so don't miss out on this fertilizer. It's also good for your house plants.
Oh, fantastic. So you're getting 1 of these plants. Remember, this plant,
Yes.
let me stand over here to the side.
Yeah.
This plant will turn into that plant this summer.
Next summer, it'll be almost this big.
Okay, so next summer.
Almost
But I'll
this
have
big
blooms this summer.
You'll have a lot of blooms this summer, because it's not just sending up the blooms the one time like the
So
old
this
times.
is 2 years mature.
Correct. These keep sending up blossoms all the time. So you'll have the beautiful vanilla going on early in the season, and then as the pink ones start to develop, new shoots come up and make new vanilla ones. So you can have all colors at the same time. And I hang the stems upside down in my garage to dry.
Okay.
And then I have the arrangements, and if you just want to spray it with hairspray so it doesn't drop off, you
And
can
seal
do
them?
that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that, put them in the arrangements. And I've got these on hand all the time, and I mix them in with my fresh flowers.
Oh, they look just beautiful.
Yeah, they are
Incredible
gorgeous.
color saturation.
That's Carolyn's favorite.
I bet it is. This is gorgeous. Let me encourage everyone to stay on the line for these. They're M67305. We're going to be seeing a lot more Phillip this spring.
I hope so.
Getting his beautiful brand new live plant line off the ground, or should I say in the ground. And we'll get it all together for you for springtime. M67305. Phillip, thank you, sir.
Thanks, pleasure.
Good to have you back.
Pleasure.